flushing your outboard engine with fresh water is incredibly important. Not only does it help prevent corrosion from happening inside, it also prevents salt crystals and deposits from gathering in the lower unit where they can damage the neoprene water pump impeller. So this is really important, folks. Here's how it goes. With a motor like this that has an easy hose adapter, you simply unscrew the plug. On some other model motors, it'll be right up here. Take your hose, screw it right in, and then turn on the water. If your boat lives in a slip, you will want to tilt the engine up to ensure that there's no salt water remaining inside. And there are two important things to remember here. Number one, do not run the outboard when you're flushing it with this method. It's not intended to be started, okay? Number two, let it go for at least 5 minutes. That gives it plenty of time for the water to dissolve any salt crystals that may be inside your motor. Now, what if you have a smaller outboard, or maybe you have an older model that doesn't have that kind of flush attachment? In that case, you're going to use a pair of earmuffs. The earmuffs slide over the water intakes on the engine. So obviously, when you put them on, you want to be absolutely sure that they're covering the intakes. Now, we are going to start the motor with this type of flushing, but before we do, we're going to check both sides of the lower unit and make absolutely sure that water is flowing out around both sides of the earmuffs so we know it's got a good water supply. Then we can start her up. Once the engine's running, you want to check the telltale, make sure that it's spraying out water. That tells you it has a good supply. And don't walk away from this motor. Every now and again, the vibration from the motor running will actually shake off the earmuffs and can move them off of those water intakes. So it's important to eyeball this the entire time it's running. Again, you're going to want to give this 5 solid minutes of flushing time. Okay, 5 minutes later, I'm ready to shut her down. Now, if this was a carbureted outboard, I would probably want to pull the fuel line and let it run itself out of gas. That helps a lot with minimizing ethanol issues if you run that gasoline out of the carburetor and don't let it sit. However, this is an EFI motor. The EFI system keeps the fuel under pressure. It's not exposed to the air, so it's not quite the same issue, and it's not good to run it out of fuel. So I'll shut her down. I can turn off the water. I'm good to go. Remember, folks, this is a really important process. If you run your boat in salt water, you should flush your motor each and every time immediately afterwards. And if you run in fresh water, you should still flush it every 2 or 3 trips. Do so, and these little guys will keep you happy for a long, long time.